Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how are you?
Hey, I am fantastic. How are you?
Very good. Excited to talk to your dad today. Every Tuesday, we do this thing called Tuesdays with Charlie. I always look forward to that, but I'm really looking forward to that this week because it seems like it's been a while. You know, we talked to him.
Just been last Tuesday.
I know, but it just seems like it's been a while because we saw your mom this weekend, but we didn't see him. So I'm like, I feel like I kind of got ripped off on my Charlie
we got to
time.
see my brother this weekend.
I know.
And,
your dad, he avoided us almost like he doesn't like us.
He figures once a week is enough.
Like, I have to talk to them on Tuesday. I'm not going. Hey, the Consumers Union says 75% of people who use the internet don't trust websites that sell things. I'm one of those. I mean, I'm really leery about any website. I'm just not a fan of that kind of thing. You know, I'd rather see, the item, hold it, touch it, feel it, try it on if it's clothing. I'm not a fan of just taking a gamble on things. And if I do buy something online, it seems like usually when I get it, I'm like, it's not what I was expecting. So, not a fan. Coming up here in a bit, we got some special things happening today. We'll tell you about those in a short while on the John and Heidi Show. Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday. It is August the 30th. I mean, we're almost done with this month.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I know.
Today
is
just started.
Today is International Cabernet Sauvignon Day.
Oh,
a little bit of cab for you. Today is International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances.
What?
International Day of the Victims of Enforced Disappearances.
I have no clue what that means.
Like magic tricks? I need a member of the audience. Please don't make me.
I have no idea what that means.
It's probably not that. Hey, International Whale Shark Day today.
What's a whale shark?
It's like a shark, but it's bigger. It's a whale shark. National Grief Awareness Day. National Holistic Pet Day.
Holistic pet?
If you have a holistic pet.
What's a holistic pet?
It's the holistic pet, not the half-listic pet. I don't know what it is. And it's National Toasted Marshmallow Day. You like those.
I love toasted
marshmallows.
marshmallows.
We'll have to celebrate with some s'mores on this Tuesday, the 30th day of August.
John and Heidi.
Email marketing is affordable and a proven way to grow your business. If it's done right, you can stay in contact with your customers to let them know when you have new things to offer. You stay in control the whole time, too. You decide when the messages are sent, and you decide what is being said. So you're constantly in control of your business image. You can do this, but don't try it on your own. Team up with one of the biggest names in email marketing, Constant Contact. Sign up for a free trial right now at radiosavings.com. Sign up now at radiosavings.com.
You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. This story comes from New Delhi. A 3-year-old, Azim Khan, has been granted a special motorcycle license by the Indian DMV.
We've talked about this.
I remember this, but I'm trying to. This must be an update. Either that or I found the same story again. Either way, we are neck deep now, so we're going to keep going. Azim had to prove that he could control the powerful Royal Enfield Bullet after his dad added special extensions to the controls so he could reach them. His proud father, Satuna Khan, says of the toddler, he is much safer than most adult drivers I know, end quote. Azim will be 4 next month. He's not allowed to drive on main roads. His dad says, of course, I won't let him drive on busy roads without me on the bike as well. I trust Azim, but I don't trust other drivers. So the pint-sized biker already has his sights on his next set of wheels. Again, this is in India. Guess what his next motorcycle that he wants?
No clue.
He's driving a Royal Enfield Bullet right now. His next motorcycle, the motorcycle of his dreams of a 3-year-old in New Delhi, India, Harley Davidson. Imagine this little kid.
I'm not a fan of motorcycles at all. They make me really nervous.
We recently had the opportunity to get a new driver's license. Each one of us had to get a new driver's license. And it's because Heidi just celebrated a birthday. And I was like, well, if you're getting yours, I'm going to go get mine too. So we went and got our new driver's licenses. And when we were in there...
I didn't get a license because it was my birthday. I got a license because it was about to expire.
Yeah, happy birthday. Here's a new license. Don't say I didn't get you nothing. Although when I was in there, I was asking about getting a motorcycle... whatever you call it, where you get a...
Right. Why were you asking about that?
Because I thought it'd be cool to.
You know how I feel.
I know, but that's why. I was just thinking maybe I get one just to make Heidi mad. So anyway, she was telling me what I have to do, and I was like, yeah, it sounds like a lot of work. I think I'll just
I'll just stick to a car.
Since I don't even have a motorcycle, I probably don't need that. All right, but it would be a whole lot of fun. And this little 3-year-old, he's got his eyes set on a Harley Davidson. He'd like to get that when he's 4 or 5. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
that's what every 4 or 5-year-old needs. This is from New Delhi, India, and you know it's true because you heard it on the radio again.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. A man is so desperate for beer, he gets creative in finding transportation. Had a revoked license because of a previous drunk driving conviction. Dennis Cretton shouldn't drive, he said, according to the authorities. You shouldn't be driving anything. That didn't stop the 49-year-old man from driving to a gas station on a riding lawnmower. He now got a felony aggravated driving under the influence charge after neighbors reported he was weaving in and out of traffic on a lawnmower. Deputies tried to stop him. Authorities say he drove the mower into his home's front yard, his 12-pack of beer spilling onto the ground along the way. He was dropping cans of beer all along the way. So this guy was apparently not thinking this thing all the way through. So we've had a couple of stories about people doing this. I think this is a new one here, but we've talked about this in the past. It is illegal to drive, even if you don't have a license and you're saying, oh, I can drive a riding lawnmower. You can't drive it down the road. That's not legal. In most states, check your local laws, but most places, if you're driving something on the road, you need a license.
What if you're just pushing a regular mower?
Why would you push a regular? Instead of walking, I figured I'd push this thing. I don't think that's necessary. Anyway, kids, that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Never really thought about this before. For our moment of duh, this guy probably wins the award for the worst doctor in the world. And, you know, I never really thought about this, but somewhere there is a worst doctor in the world. You know, somebody that's such a terrible doctor that they would be the worst doctor in the world. This dude might be it.
Okay.
Dr. Craig DeMond, and this is from the Adirondack Medical Center. He has recently, let me see here, 5 years. He operated on the wrong limb twice now in 5 years.
Oh, wow.
So 5 years ago, he operated on the wrong hip, and colleagues since then have been doing all they can to make sure they help him ever since the hip incident where he replaced the wrong hip 5 years ago. Now they've been printing the word yes on the right one and no on the wrong one, and they even put a red sock over the healthy arm or the healthy leg as a final reminder. To no avail, he recently operated on the wrong limb again.
Oh, my gosh.
So, didn't all the warning signs... Wait, my right or your right? My left or your left?
Wow.
So 2 times now in 5 years. you might need to come up with a better system, I'm just saying.
Even with the yes, no, and
Yeah.
the reds. Oh, my goodness.
Apparently he didn't really read all that stuff. Coming up, we have your scoop of the day. That is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now, your scoop of the day. This will probably come as no surprise to married women, but a University of Michigan study shows that having a husband creates an extra 7 hours of housework every week. On the other hand, for guys...
That is so true.
For guys who are married, having a wife saves an hour of chores every week.
It saves 1 hour bull.
No, because, you know, he wasn't going to do that stuff anyway.
He wasn't going to do any of it anyway.
He's going to just leave it sit there.
So it saved him 7 hours
No,
of
he
a week
wasn't
if
going to
she's
do
doing
it.
all
so.
his stuff.
Anyway, University of Michigan, thanks. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Hey, if you want to live to be 100 or more, your odds
Although, wait, I will say, I just saw you just this morning saying... Man, I have a lot of glasses sitting around this house.
Did you just leave them over the weekend or something?
I saw you pick. Those were not mine.
No, but I mean, did you not? Because usually,
No, I did not.
You're tidy Heidi. Usually, you I set something down. I'm not even finished drinking it, and you put it in the
I haven't been
garbage.
feeling all that well, and I saw them, and I look at them, and I'm just like, ugh.
I'll leave that for later.
Stuff everywhere, and I saw you this morning. You're like, man,
I had a coffee cup.
this house looks.
I had
like
2
crap.
beer mugs, but I wasn't drinking beer out of them. But we have these really nice beer mugs that I drink water and iced tea and all kinds of stuff out of. So I had 2 of those for some reason. And a Muppets glass as well that I was drinking orange juice out of. I'm like, I don't
know, how many cups do you need?
I don't know.
Use this. I use the same
understand.
one. I don't need a new glass every time
2
I get
water
a new glass
glasses,
of water.
orange juice, and like anything else for this table? Anybody?
Yeah, I
better get a nice
just
tip.
kept walking by. I'm like, you know what? I don't feel good. I'm gonna go lay down.
Well, thank you for all that you do, Heidi, and every other, whether it's the woman or the man. If there's people out there taking care of their spouse, thank you. Hey, if you want to live to be 100 or older, your odds are better if you're a lady. Did you know that? Statistics from the U.S. Census Bureau revealed that for every 100 women that make it to 100, there's only 20.7 men. Statisticians revealed that getting to 100 is not an easy feat. Fewer than 2 out of 10,000 will make it to that age. I have a theory as to why that is. Very rarely do you hear a woman say, "Hey guys, check this out."
Watch what I can do.
Yeah, and then do something really, really stupid. Men, we do that all the time. I mean, that's 5 times a day. According to research, writing down your negative thoughts and tossing them in the trash can actually erase your bad mood. This is a really cool thing. Findings from the Ohio State University study, Richard Petty, PhD, said some things, sometimes it's just silly things that work. But what they do, if you're mad about something, I don't know, let's say you're mad that your husband keeps leaving dishes lay around. Just write it here on this piece of paper and then crumple it up and throw it in the trash. And you're going to feel better about it.
Did you really need to do that whole
crumple thing?
Visual
by the,
on the radio?
By the way, this is yours. I should give that back to you. Sorry about that.
But I think just saying, writing your bad ideas down and throwing them away, I think that was enough. I think people understood what you were going for.
I like taking things the extra mile. Going to go all the way. Because you guys are worth it. And again, I apologize for ruining your paper there. So I'll reprint that. Hey, according to research, like they said, writing down negative thoughts, crinkling up, throw them in the trash, that'll actually make you feel better. So I think we should try that today. This is really bizarre to me. The list of the 10 most stolen cars of 2015. Guess who got the top spot?
I have no idea.
The 1996 Honda Accord.
They must be easy to steal.
They must be. It's probably because people with the 1996 Honda Accord
just leaving their keys
left the keys in it and left the doors unlocked. Like, somebody please take this thing. I used to have a Honda Accord. Actually, those were nice little cars. The one that I had was a good car. It was not a 96. Mine was older than that. Belgian scientists have created a machine that turns urine into drinkable water, which could be used to brew beer.
I've heard about this.
What are these Belgian scientists working on that for? Can't you cure some disease or something? Who needs to make pee beer? I don't think we need that. That's not necessary. All right, and our final story, according to a new study, having power at the workplace makes people think they're actually taller than they really are. So if you're not real tall, but you have a position of authority, you actually feel taller than you really are. That explains a lot. I thought I was 7 feet tall, and it turns out I'm not. Although that is my ideal height for my weight.
It's just funny that you seem to think that you have a position of authority.
Oh, yeah. I don't, I guess.
No,
so
you don't.
That doesn't explain anything. All right, we've got Tuesdays with Charlie on the way. Whether you're following the election or not, you understand that it impacts you. And this will be a historic election. The mainstream media has their own spin on who's going to win, but PoliticalStorm.com lets you chime in. You can keep yelling at the TV if you want. See how that works out. Or truly voice your opinion and have it heard at PoliticalStorm.com. Be informed from several different sources all in one place. Watch videos, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials to engage your brain. You have a choice, and now you have a voice, too, at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com. Thank you so much for listening on a Tuesday. It's time right now for my favorite program of the week, something we do every Tuesday at this time just because we can. We pick up the telephone, we call my father-in-law for a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie. How you doing, Charlie?
Hey, didn't we just talk a little while ago?
Seems like only yesterday. It was
Seems like
Tuesday
yesterday.
again. What kind of stuff we going to learn about today?
Do we have anybody in our family with blue eyes?
Yes.
I have blue eyes.
Oh, you okay? Well, this will work for you then, too.
All right.
I've never looked into your eyes, I could tell you.
I looked into your eyes. It seems to me that they were brown. I thought that was because you were full of something.
Well, they were red the other day. I don't know.
I noticed that too.
Hey, all blue-eyed people
Yeah.
have a single common ancestor who lived near the Black Sea 6,000 to 10,000 years ago.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yeah, his Uncle who?
Uncle Blue Eyes.
Uncle Blue Eyes.
Oh, Frankie.
Hey, then you know, in his role as James Bond, you know Sean Connery?
Yeah.
He wore a toupee to hide his receding hairline.
Did he really?
did.
Now, that's pretty low.
Well, no, it's pretty
Well,
high,
it was
apparently.
supposed to be like...
Otherwise, he wouldn't have needed the toupee.
Well, maybe he had one down there, too. I don't know.
Charlie, have you ever considered wearing a toupee?
No.
Why not? Do you like being bald?
Sure.
See, I right now I'm not, but I keep saying I wouldn't mind being bald because I wouldn't have to mess with my hair so much. I'm like, I hate getting haircuts. I wouldn't mind just having it gone and going Charlie style.
There you go.
Just
Might
shave
catch
it off.
on.
I tried, and my wife over here didn't like it, Charlie. She said I look like an idiot.
To be
Well, that's
fair,
pretty much normal, though.
To be fair, I say the same thing to my dad. So
Okay. Throughout its lifetime, an elephant goes through 6 sets of teeth.
6 sets, huh?
And then the elephant starves to death once the 6th set of teeth falls out.
oh,
they
that's
should just
sad.
Spoon feed him some applesauce or something.
But I think that takes like forever to get rid of that 6th set.
Okay. Well,
I
that's
love
good.
elephants.
I know
Older
you
than
do.
me and you. Of course, everybody's older, or not as old as I am, but you know how that goes.
Yes.
Hey, you're a fan of presidents.
Yes.
Do you know what Lyndon B. Johnson? He enjoyed Fresca so much, he had a special soda pop tap installed in the White House.
Yes, he did. I did know that.
Did you?
So he could have Fresca anytime he wanted it.
Guess what I'd have if I was president in there?
Schlitz.
You'd have a
On
kid
tap.
on tap at all times.
Then you
Cold.
drink too much of it and you'd accidentally start another world war. What did I hit? That was the nukes. We are now at war.
Oh, is that what that button did?
I thought that was to order some chicken wings. You had that installed right next to it, which we told you was a bad idea.
You shouldn't put it in my reach. Hey, then, do you know what the world's oldest surviving recipe is?
Beer.
Yeah, I think it is beer.
Yep, formula for making beer.
There you go. Glad they didn't lose that.
It was discovered outside Baghdad in 1850 on a 3,800-year-old clay tablet.
Nice.
On a clay. Oh, that's cool. I'd kind of like to see that.
Well, there you go.
I
And
wonder
then
where
found
they have
some
that
other
stored.
clay tablets that had beer drinking songs on them.
Irish drinking songs.
From ancient Egypt.
Yeah. Hey, they had to start somewhere.
Oh. Okay, I got one last thing here for you.
Okay.
What's the most common name for privately owned boats? I've told you this once before.
Let me
See if you remember.
Was it Whistle Britches?
No. Serenity.
What was it?
Serenity.
Serenity.
Huh.
I've never seen a boat named Serenity.
Well, you don't go
Have
over
you
this
seen a boat named Whistle Britches?
No, but most of the boats I see don't have names.
Hey, do you know what the second most common name is?
Whistle Britches. No?
Hey, you're close.
What is it?
Wet Dream.
Wet Dreams. Oh, that's kind of funny.
I do remember that one.
Oh. Well,
I
then
do
why
remember
didn't you say
saying
that one?
I remembered him saying that one not after he said
Then you didn't remember it.
it. Well, I remembered it after he said it.
Or did you have deja vu? Didn't you just say that? Well, Charlie, you know, I feel as though I failed you as a son-in-law. You know why? I don't
Married
have
my daughter?
Well, that too. No, but I don't have a question for you today, but we'll have one next week. How's that sound?
There you go.
Well, Charlie, it was fun chatting with you. We'll talk again soon.
I'll be there.
Bye, Dad.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can with a little program we like to call Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
This is Richard Lustig, the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. They do all the work. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, to give yourself the best chance of winning, go to RadioLottoPool.com and join today. Again, that website is RadioLottoPool.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The banana is the world's largest herb.
The banana.
Bananas. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Ancient Chinese artists would never paint pictures of women's feet. I think we talked about that one other time.
I think we did.
Was that on Tuesdays with Charlie
bizarre.
once, maybe? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Nolan Ryan was the first baseball player to make over $1 million in one season.
Really?
Yeah. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The toes of mummies were individually wrapped.
Really?
Yeah, when they wrapped them, they didn't wrap the whole foot. They wrapped each toe, and then they wrapped the foot.
Huh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Women shoplift more than men. 4-1. So you ladies ought to be ashamed of yourselves. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
You know why that probably is?
Because women shop more than men, 4-1?
Well, yeah, that. And because the stuff that we need
Yeah.
is tiny.
Yeah.
So it's easy to...
Are you saying you lift things all the time?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying... When you need a tube of mascara and you go in, it's $12. You're like, seriously? It's...
You know, this would fit in my purse. This gigantic duffel bag I carry with me everywhere. Our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Minnie Pearl's famous price tag that hung from her hat. Guess what the dollar amount was on that?
50 cents.
No, it was $1.98.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. A couple of fun facts for you right here on a Tuesday.
John and Heidi.
Email marketing is affordable and a proven way to grow your business. If it's done right, you can stay in contact with your customers to let them know when you have new things to offer. You stay in control the whole time, too. You decide when the messages are sent, and you decide what is being said. So you're constantly in control of your business image. You can do this, but don't try it on your own. Team up with one of the biggest names in email marketing, Constant Contact. Sign up for a free trial right now at radiosavings.com. Sign up now at radiosavings.com.
Do you get enough physical activity in your life? No.
Not even close.
Pretty sure I don't. Sounds daunting. The government says most adults should get 2.5 hours of physical activity that revs their heart rates per week. Oh, that's not so bad.
Oh,
per week?
So bad.
If you can't do that much, don't give up. Every little bit helps, especially as people age. The message should always be take it slow by setting realistic challenges. Jack Rajewski, Wake Forest University professor, says health and exercise are good things. He says that before you know it, you're through with it. He said just have some friends come along. That'll speed things up. So, if you have some friends, if you're going for a walk, before you know it, you'll be done. Like, oh, wow, we walked a mile already? Doesn't seem like it. The next thing on here says recommendations for moderate intensity physical activity, like brisk walks, water aerobics, even just mowing your lawn with a push mower, taking a dance class or doubles tennis. They say doing 10 minutes at a time is a really good amount of time to exercise. So rather than saying, I got to get my 2.5 hours in all at once, no, do 10 minutes at a time. A few 10-minute activities add up every day. If you're sedentary, they say build up gradually. So if you're sitting around a lot, not doing much, don't say, I'm going to go for a 10-mile walk today. Bad idea. Do a little bit at a time. If you prefer more vigorous activities like jogging or singles tennis or bike riding, the Center for Disease Control and Prevention says 75 minutes a week is sufficient. 1 minute of vigorous activity counts for 2 minutes of moderate activity. So if you're doing stuff that's like really strenuous, you don't need as much. The CDC also says moderate intensity means that you're not breathing too hard, but you not breathing too hard to talk, but you couldn't sing. So what is that? That's how you're supposed to check, I guess.
So you're supposed to try to sing and make sure you can't sing.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. I can't do this. By the way, for me, moderate intensity to, what was the other one? Vigorous intensity. Walking up the steps could be vigorous intensity for me some days.
Yeah, and you can't talk while you're walking.
I'm talking
up
on the
steps.
phone.
I've
I walk
heard
up.
that.
I'm like, yeah. What just happened? Were you jumping rope or something? No, just walked up a flight of steps.
Yeah, that's a little concerning.
4
actually.
steps. It wasn't many steps, just a few. All right. In addition to all of this, they urge if you want to strengthen your muscles, you should work on those things just 2 days a week, and then the aerobic stuff all of the other time. That's a little advice from the folks at the CDC and from Wake Forest University. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're in business, you need a website. Come on, it's 2016. Do you think this internet thing is not going to catch on? Many business owners that don't have a website think it's just too expensive. Well, now it's not. You can get a website for a few $100s, not thousands of dollars that are charged elsewhere. We can help you set up and design the site and then turn you loose to manage it, or we can help you manage the site for just a tiny bit more. Learn about this special radio offer right now at radiosavings.com. Get an extra $50 off if you sign up this month at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Have you ever heard of a runaway bride?
Yes.
Have you ever heard of a runaway bridal gown? It's a little different.
No.
Hundreds of wedding dresses worth more than $230,000 were stolen from a Vancouver store. Investigators were seeking clues at consignment shops, wedding stores, and other businesses after this heist was discovered. Inspector Tim Ladyer says he's never heard of so many dresses being stolen at once. Now, here's where it gets a little weird. Kind of makes me wonder if maybe there was some sort of inside job here. None of the stolen dresses were reserved for any weddings,
Okay.
so there won't be any unhappy brides. And the only dresses that were taken were the ones for sale, not the ones for rent. So they didn't steal the rentals. They just stole the ones for sale. So, I don't know. That just seems really weird to me. $230,000 worth of wedding dresses. Poof.
Wedding dresses are so expensive.
Gone before they made it to the altar. So there you go. Coming up, we're going to talk about adoption, and we got some interesting story, an interesting story from Sweden about that.
John and Heidi.
If you've ever wanted to adopt a child, you know this is not an easy process. And for those of you who've done it, hats off to you. I mean, you are doing God's work there, because just to get through the process alone is daunting.
Oh, it's insane.
And to say, hey, I'm going to commit the rest of my life to raising someone else's child, that is a wonderful, awesome thing. It's amazing. But there's a couple that was turned down for adoption. Guess why?
Why?
They don't argue enough.
What?
Yeah. A couple, this was in Sweden. Swedish Welfare Board says the couple was unfit to be parents because they don't have enough experience arguing with each other. Yeah. According to the Welfare
I could
Board.
see that if they haven't ever had to have any conflict resolution in their relationship. I could see that.
We would be so qualified to adopt.
Oh my
we could have a whole
gosh.
busload of
We
kids. We argue every day.
We could.
To be able to resolve conflicts, one needs to
There
have
you go,
experience
see?
in arguing and conflict resolution. Children should grow up in an environment that allows them to argue, as it will teach them about the differences of opinion. End
There
quote.
you go. See, that's exactly what I said. I
Heidi-
haven't even read that story.
Heidi agrees with the Swedish welfare people. What do they know? All I know is if this couple wants to adopt, maybe they should get in an argument with the welfare people about this, and then they'll, okay, now you can do it. See? There you go. Good job.
Well, maybe they're newlyweds.
I don't know what it is. Could be. Coming up, we're going to talk about laundry. That is on the way. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Whether you're following the election or not, you understand that it impacts you. And this will be a historic election. The mainstream media has their own spin on who's going to win, but PoliticalStorm.com lets you chime in. You can keep yelling at the TV if you want. See how that works out. Or truly voice your opinion and have it heard at PoliticalStorm.com. Be informed from several different sources all in one place. Watch videos, listen to podcasts like mine, and read fun editorials to engage your brain. You have a choice, and now you have a voice too at PoliticalStorm.com. That's PoliticalStorm.com.
John and Heidi.
All right, I have for you some laundry tips. It says when your home's laundry day comes up, keep in mind these 6 common mistakes that you should not be making. Most of these, I think all of these, have to do with your dryer.
Okay.
So, number 1, not preparing clothes for drying. So if the clothes are still too wet and you're throwing them in there, it's going to take forever. Neglecting to sort. So if you don't sort things out, you're going to have a big mess on your hands. Not using a lint brush to dislodge and remove lint that the screen may not have captured. not paying attention to your dryer vent pipe. We had an issue with that for a while. And then Heidi was telling me, she's like, hey, can you fix that? And I was like, yeah, I'll get around to it. And then like 4 months later, she's like, hey, can you fix that? And I was like, yeah. Quit telling me. I'm going to do it. You don't need to remind me every 4 months.
I was so
And she finally
irritated.
duct taped it on herself.
I did.
And then like a week later, I had to go in and do something in there and I tore it off. She's like, are you kidding me?
And then you left it off again.
It's like, are you serious? You used a half a roll of duct tape. It was everywhere. I'm like,
I
what did
know.
you do? Our dryer has a tail.
See, if you don't do the things I ask you to do, I will find a way to do it myself.
Even if it's not right.
I glued a shelf to the wall
That's
one
right.
time because you wouldn't hang
Like
it back
that.
up.
That's a load-bearing shelf. No, you can't remove that. It's got to stay there. Sorry. Don't do that.
It had to stay with the house.
No, we peeled it off and then I had to fix the wall. It was awful. Next thing on the list here is not cleaning your lint screen and moisture sensors. Ignoring the area under and around the dryer is another bad thing. I've got all of these tips, by the way, on our Facebook page to make it nice, neat, and easy for you if you'd like to know more. Some of these things could be very dangerous. You could actually burn your home down.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to be really, really careful. You know, if you're doing laundry at home and you're utilizing a dryer, if you don't have all of these tips solved and figured out, you could actually have a huge problem. So Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. You can get all the tips there.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always try to wrap things up around here with some good news. And I think today's story is a pretty cool story here. At most weddings, they have at least one incident that makes it memorable. For Katie and Tom Quirk, it'll be the flower girl, Chloe. At the recent wedding in Melbourne, Australia. Is it Melbourne? Is that how you say it?
I think so, yeah.
Melbourne, Australia. The 3-year-old niece got bored and made a run for it.
Oh, funny.
As the couple said their vows at the outdoor venue on a local pier, the video of the wedding caught Chloe in full flight behind the couple, in full view of the crowd, with her mom in hot pursuit. The bride said she had to repeat her part of the vows 3 times because she and the guests were laughing so hard. You can see the video at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. I think that's really cool.
That's adorable.
And, you know, here's the funny thing. Some people would say, oh, that kid ruined the wedding. I would say that kid made
not
the
at
wedding.
all.
You know, because weddings, here's the thing. Weddings can be kind of boring. I mean,
Our
they really
son,
can.
remember, he was the ring bearer for my
cousin. Yeah.
And he laid down. No, for my brother. It was at my brother's wedding. He was laying down on the steps of the altar.
They gave him a pillow. Like, what do you expect? It had fake rings on it. It wasn't even the real rings. But, you know, there are people out there that think, oh, man, that is awful. Look what happened and the wedding was ruined. No, that makes your wedding unique. That makes your wedding more fun. That makes your wedding more memorable. Why else would we be talking about the Quirk wedding in Melbourne, Australia? I mean, we wouldn't. But we're talking about it because Chloe, age 3, made this an unforgettable wedding.
There you go.
And it's been shared with people all around the world because of that. They wouldn't have said, hey, a couple got married in Australia today at a pier.
Right.
Well,
And it went without a hitch.
yeah.
Yeah.
2D2. Who cares?
2D2.
I don't know. I don't know what that means. I think that means I'm about done. 2D2?
2D2.
Toodaloo. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. I'm done thinking for the day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday.